Ask anyone about a famous ocean tragedy from the past, and most will probably mention the Titanic. But did you know a passenger ship went missing 3 years earlier and hasn't been seen since? The SS Waratah was a passenger and cargo ship that was constructed in 1908 by the Glasgow shipbuilders Barclay, Curle and Company on behalf of the Blue Anchor Line, a shipping company operating between the United Kingdom, South Africa and Australia. Measuring 465 feet in length and weighing over 9,000 tons, it seemed beset with issues from the very start. For one thing, it suffered a major incident during its maiden voyage, in which its steam valves caused a fire. There were also rumours of defects in the ship's overall design. These ranged from instability and unexplained listing to a misaligned centre of gravity and top heaviness. It was also alleged to roll excessively after leaning into a swell, with a very slow recovery time to gain its upright position. This seemed to be confirmed by one of its passengers. Upon its arrival at Durban prior to its second and final voyage, a passenger named Claude Sire disembarked prematurely. He had severe misgivings about the safety of the ship. He reported that whenever he was taking a bath and the vessel rolled, the bath water would move to a 45-degree angle and remain that way for a surprisingly long amount of time before returning to a level position again. This disturbed him so much, he alighted at Durban and refused to board the ship again. He also blamed bad dreams he was having, one of which was of a figure holding a sword and a bloody clot, which he regarded as some kind of bad omen. Strange as it was an eerie portent of what was to come. The Waratah set off on July 26, 1909, from Durban to Cape Town in South Africa on just its second voyage. It was carrying 211 passengers and crew on board. At 4 a.m. on the morning of July 27th, it was spotted by the SS Clan McIntyre off the Transkei Wild Coast. The two ships communicated by flashing their signal lamps at each other, exchanging the usual information in Morse code about the name of their vessels and their respective destinations. They were within view of each other for several hours. The crew of the SS Clan McIntyre could see the Waratah as it edged out of view. By 9:30 a.m. that morning, they watched as it gradually sailed over the horizon. It was allegedly spotted on the evening of that same day by a ship called the Harlow. The captain saw so much smoke that he wondered if it was on fire. When darkness fell, the crew of the Harlow suddenly witnessed two bright flashes from the direction of the steamer. Believing them to be brush fires on the shore, the incident was not even entered in the logbook. There was just one more alleged sighting by another ship, the Guelph, which was heading north to Durban from the Cape of Good Hope at the time. Due to increasingly bad weather, it was only able to identify the last three letters of her name, T-A-H. It would be the last time anyone would lay eyes on it. After that, the Waratah seemed to vanish from existence. Whatever happened to it, because the ship didn't possess a wireless telegraph, no distress call was ever made. Perhaps it was always doomed from the start. The suspicions of the passenger who had disembarked at Durban due to tilting bathwater and disturbing dreams seemed to be confirmed by the ultimate fate of the Waratah. Despite many alleged sightings shortly after, none were ever confirmed to be the real thing. The Waratah seemed to have mysteriously disappeared without any satisfactory explanation. So what did happen to the ship? There were many theories: coal explosions, ocean trench whirlpools, capsizing, methane upswellings, and even alien intervention. However, the most logical explanation is that which has already been previously mentioned: instability caused by a flawed design. On the day of the last known sighting, the weather had begun to deteriorate quickly, with increasingly high winds and rough seas. By July 28th, the following day, a certifiable hurricane had hit the area. In all probability, the ship was hit by severe waves that triggered the aforementioned listing issue to reoccur. After it failed to recover an upright position, the ship capsized into the tumultuous ocean. This seems to be confirmed by the diary of Edward Joe Conker, who was a Cape-mounted rifleman. On July 28th, having been posted on the banks of the mouth of the Zara River, he recorded in his diary that he and a colleague witnessed a steamship through their telescope. It was sailing in a southwesterly direction and was evidently struggling in very rough seas. He stated that the ship he observed was pitching heavily and seemed unable to right itself. Then, a wave rolled over the vessel and it completely disappeared from view. Was this a true sighting of the Waratah, or was it a case of mistaken identity with another ship? We will never know. There were several alleged sightings for a few days afterwards, but none were ever confirmed. Bodies were even reported by the crew of the Insizwa, a steamship which was sailing off the mouth of the Bashi River near the location of the final confirmed sighting. Despite many large-scale searches, no trace of the vessel ever turned up. In time, the Waratah eventually became nicknamed the Australian Titanic. And just like the Titanic, it too lies somewhere out there in some deep and unexplored region of the ocean, waiting to be discovered. Whether it will be, remains to be seen. After over 100 years sitting on the ocean floor, it too is probably in a severe state of decay. Underwater organisms slowly breaking it down and causing it to gradually disintegrate. Very soon, little if any of it will even be left. Perhaps it simply is destined to remain undiscovered. A ghost ship sailing forever in our worst nightmares. So what do you think happened to the Waratah? Leave your theories in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and remember to tap the notification icon so you never miss an upload.